The law of sines states that the ratios sine of angle A, here we have an angle A, over its opposite side, and here's our side A, and the sine of angle B and its opposite side, and the sine of angle C and its opposite side are all equal. These ratios are all equal. And we can put the sine of the angle on the top of these ratios and the sides, the opposite sides, on the bottom, or we can put the sides on the top and then the sines of the corresponding angles on the bottom. Now, how is this useful? Well, this is useful whether we have a right triangle or not. So we're going to use the law of sines, one of these forms where we have the angles on the top and the sides on the bottom, or the sides on top and the angles on the bottom, to solve for angle theta. So here is angle theta. That's what we're supposed to find. Now that's angle B in our formulas over there. So we want the angle. We're supposed to find the angle. So we'll use the form where we have the sine of the angle that we're looking for on the top. So that'll be divided by side B, which we know its opposite side is 56.3, equal to, now we'll figure out what other ratio we know. Well, we know angle C. We're supposed to assume that angle C is equal to 61 degrees. And we know its opposite side. Side C is 80.2. So that's the other ratio that we will use. The sine of angle C divided by the side C. So this will give us the sine of B, but we'll call it theta because that's what we're supposed to find. We're supposed to find theta, over side B, 56.3, is equal to the sine of C, which will be the sine of 61 degrees divided by side C, 80.2. Now we want to get theta by itself, so we'll multiply both sides by 56.3, and then we'll wind up with the sine of theta is equal to 56.3 sine 61 degrees divided by 80.2. Now we want theta, not the sine of theta. So we will find the inverse then, or the arcsine, in order to get theta by itself. We have the sine of an angle equal to a ratio. So we'll find the inverse sine, or the arcsine, of the ratio, 56.3 sine 61 degrees over 80.2, and that will give us theta. The first thing we need to do is check and make sure that our calculator is in degree mode. So we'll turn it on, and then we'll click mode, and then make sure that it is in degrees, and it is. So we'll hit second quit, and we'll hit second sine, so we get the inverse sine, or the arcsine function. And now we're going to put that whole ratio in there, 56.3 times the sine of 61 divided by 80.2, close that parenthesis, and hit enter. And we'll get a value of 37.9 degrees for theta. So theta will be 37.9 degrees.